All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you find yourself today. I am going to address a particular issue today. My name is Nana Osei Bonsu, Jr. of Africa International Organization and CERTO Leadership International. Recently, I was going across the social media and I came across this piece of information which was talking about Ghana being in the top 10 countries with the lowest IQ in the world. And this information is being thrown out there, and most people are buying into it, especially Africans, Ghanaians. I was amazed to see the caliber of people I thought should know better who've bought into this concept and they're running with this concept. Let me say this real quick. I'm going to be really brief. Um, you know, this whole narrative is being controlled by a certain group of people. I always say that when they can control the environment you live in, if they can control the culture, your culture, then they would have the ability to control the way you think and the way you behave. And exactly what they are doing. So they cook some of these information, put it out there, and we begin to believe them and begin to act the way they want us to act. We begin to behave the way they want us to behave. In the first place, those who did the research, I don't know what method and how they came up with this conclusion. Their research has been criticized, heavily criticized by international bodies. If you go online and research these people, this research was done by Richard Lane, who's British, and Tatu Van Henen, Henne, Van Van Hanen, Tatu Van Hanen, who is a Finnish. And these two Europeans are being founded by the Pioneer Fund, to do some of this research. And if you look into the history of the Pioneer Fund, you realize that this is an organization. It's an American organization that seeks to project the idea that the white man is superior to the black man. The white man has a higher intelligent capacity than the black man. So this institution is one of the the funders of Richard Lane and Tatu Van Hanen. So if you look into the background of these institution and these people who are doing the research and throwing it out there, it tells you one thing, that they seek to control the narrative. They seek to control the way we are going to be thinking and the way we think as Africans. If you look at the research, the so-called research, you realize that almost all of the 10 countries, just a few, about 7 of them are from Africa. It should tell you something. Look, when it comes to some of these IQ um, tests, it's there's a divided front of how these researches are done, and you realize that most of the researches are done based on certain biases. And on this particular one, I want to entreat Ghanaians. I know some of you are joking with it on social media. Some of you are seriously buying into this negative concept, and it is erroneous. It is false. There is no iota of truth in the fact that Ghanaians happens to be one of the people in the world with the lowest IQ. It is not true. There is history to prove, and even what is going on now. I believe now they have what they call the STEM program in the schools. And when you follow, I've been following some of these STEM programs in the schools, in the high schools, and when you see some of the amazing things some of these kids do, you cannot tell me somebody with a low IQ can be doing the things or the stuff these kids do in the schools. We have Apostle Kujosafo, who's inventing cars and inventing stuff in Ghana. We had Dr. Thomas Mensah, who it was part of the innovation that brought about the fiber optics. You know, we have Dr. Osei Adu, who invented he's a medical scientist known for his innovation in public health technologies, you know, including diagnostic tools tailored for the African conditions. We have Bright Simons, who is the founder of the Pedigree. You know, we have Frederick Kofi Essien, who invented the fufu pounding machine. We have Kwabena Boahen, a professor of bioengineering and neurosciences. You know, you can talk of a whole slew of people. We even have Dr. Kwabena Frimpong. He's one of the brilliant surgeons um, who was one of the black African to perform open heart surgery. I mean, this tells you these are some of these brilliant people. We even have Professor Alote. Professor Alote has a theory which has been established worldwide, globally accepted, and he is a Ghanaian, or he was a Ghanaian. So you can go online and look into some of the inventions and the creativity and the innovations of Ghanaians. So please, I want to beseech all of us, do not buy into this lie. Look, I took the time to research into the background of Richard Lynn and Tattoo. And you realize these people are coming from a place to control the narrative of Black people. Let me put it that way in general, because these are two Europeans who associate themselves with the Pioneer Fund, which believes that the African is of a very low intellectual capacity as compared to the white people. So I just want to encourage people, please share this video. Just as you are buying into that narrative on social media that Ghanaians happens to be one of the people with the lowest IQ in the world, share this video and let people understand that people are trying to control the narrative. And if they control the narrative, if they control the atmosphere, if they control our culture, then we are going to behave the way they want us to behave. And this has been happening. I've actually spoken about this. If you go to our social media platform, you find videos where we've spoken about taking control of your culture, taking control of the narrative. Because if you don't, somebody is going to take control of your mind by telling you the things that they want you to hear. And the more you hear the things they want you to hear, the more you behave the way they want you to behave. So please do not buy into this lie. It's false. We are one of the most intelligent people in the world. We have contributed to the development of the world, and we're still contributing to the development of the world. Yes, we may have challenges, but those challenges are surmountable. And so I want you to believe in yourself as a Ghanaian, as an African, as a Black man, that you are mentally capable of doing anything you want to do. And this is to conclude. As I always say, creativity and inventions are not by the color of one's skin, but by an educated mind. So educate yourself and create and innovate, because you have the power, we have the capacity to innovate and to create and invent, to contribute our quota to the development of the world. And I want every Black person, every Ghanaian, every African, every Black man under the sound of my voice, I want you to believe in yourself and believe in your mental capacity. First, take control of the things you hear. Take control of your mind, and you'll be amazed the things you can create out of your mind. Thank you. Again, my name, Nana Osei Bonsu Jr. of Afriweek International Organization and Certo Leadership International. You can follow us on Facebook, Afriweek International Organization, or Certo Leadership International, and we will together change our mind and change our world as Africans and Black people. Bye-bye.